we did Paul Hornung, it was, if I remember correctly, the Packers were one of two teams left who hadn't received the first round draft pick. Well, we had kind of something similar with Don Hutson in that he signed contracts with both the Green Bay Packers and the Brooklyn Dodgers, and it went to the NFL's office.
And that's a great story that his contract or the letter, the envelope for his contract was postmarked 17 minutes before the one from the Brooklyn Dodgers. There is, however, this is one of those stories where the contract of the letter from the Brooklyn Dodgers is nowhere to be found. So the NFL doesn't have it. The Pro Football Hall of Fame doesn't have it. And there is some question marks whether this is a Curly Lambeau myth. Now, you'll read it everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And I grew up on that story about Don Hutson and believed it to be true. And certainly Cliff Crystal, who's the Packers historian, works for the Packers, has done some research into this, and they've never found that contract, the Brooklyn Dodgers contract, the envelope or anything. So there's no corroboration that it's not a myth. Certainly Lambeau talked about it, and Don Hutson himself repeated the story. So it's one of those great stories from back in time, now 85 years ago, that we believe to be true, but we're not 100% certain whether it's true.
I had no idea it was 17 minutes.
17 minutes.
Why we got Don Hutson. That's insane.
So apparently, if you believe the story, the Packers envelope was postmarked at 8:30 in the morning, and the Brooklyn Dodgers at 8:47 that would get him.
Well, I guess what I don't understand is, contract and contract language is not something that's a new art. It wasn't then either. How do you sign two contracts?
So therein, I think, lies part of the question around how much of that story is true. And I don't know. Nobody knows. And nobody else clearly at this time is alive to corroborate or not. It's a great story. But Lambeau was known for his stories. So I don't know, Eric. I mean, that's the thing that's always gone through my mind when you first hear about that story is, how does somebody go about signing two contracts? Why would somebody sign two contracts? But it's a it's a wonderful story. And that the $300 a game that Don Hutson got for playing for the Packers in that 1935 season was way above anything that anybody else was getting. And Lambeau was so concerned that people would get to hear how much that contract was, that Hutson received two checks from two different banks in Green Bay, both at $150 each, in the hope that nobody would find out that he was paying him $300 a game.
Yeah. And so he stepped into the league as the league's highest paid player?
He did, yeah.
Wow.
Well, that must have been more money than he was making with Paul Bryant when they started their dry cleaning business down there in Alabama.